Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Lovely to have you here joining me for this pick a card reading, which is what is going to be happening for you in November, what's coming up. So we've got our three piles to choose from. Now we're leaving the message off camera until we get to our actual pile. So pile number one is going to be this card, but with the pink, the beautiful rose quartz. Sorry, my mind went blank there. The beautiful rose quartz. The second pile is the equally lovely green Aventurine. There we go. And the third pile is going to be the purple Agate. So there you go. That is your three piles to choose from. Go for the one that feels right. And we're looking at what is going to be happening for you in November. And I'll see you really, really soon. Bye for now. Hi pile number one, welcome back to your reading. Thanks for joining me for this pick a card reading on what is going to be happening for you in the month of November. And you chose to come into the reading under this card and our beautiful rose quartz crystal here. And I'm just going to tuck that in there so that we can see it during the reading. And let's have a look at your card. So what does it say? Oh, open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. All right. So that's your main card. So maybe in this month, it could be from some of you, a card, a month of attracting love, attracting loving connections. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be maybe you doing some healing this month to open your heart to be able to attract the kind of relationships that you want or to attract romantic love. So maybe there's some sort of shift going on in you that's allowing you to do that. So there's something about you maybe healing and opening your heart or being more open to connections, to relationships, to love, to friendship, all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's also your guidance to look at that in November. Okay, so let's get out some other cards on the general energy of November now as well. So let's get a couple of tarot. So what's the general energy for pile number one during the month of November? What is their general energy? So we've got the four. Oh, sorry, not the Four of Swords. I thought it was the Four of Swords. It's the Eight of Swords actually. Okay, and the Knight of Swords. What is the general energy for pile number one during the month of November? And we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, let's get out some oracle cards. What's the general energy for pile number one for November? We've got 555, which is change, and interestingly, you've got Five of Pentacles. So Angel whispers, change happens outside your comfort zone. The time for change is now. The angels are whispering for you to trust your path and to learn how to walk it. Take the next step and allow change to lift you up and guide you forward. The affirmation is, I release all that no longer serves me as I'm guided to move outside of my comfort zone and let change in. Yeah, so this month could be a time of you going through some sort of transition or change. It could be challenging, I'm not going to lie. There could be a few challenging moments. You might feel, I feel like it's a sort of turning point though, because I feel like you're sort of betwixt and between. So you're looking behind you, and so you may be looking back. Maybe you're looking back or looking or reviewing a lot or thinking about the past, something like that. But you are, because I feel like this little gnome is kind of going that way or that way. So it's like you're sort of betwixt and between two different paths here. So it's a sort of like a time of transition. It might be a little bit stressful because we've got the Eight of Swords, which is sometimes a bit of stress, and also can feel a little bit stuck. But with the Knight of Swords here, I feel like you're going to be having a lot of ideas in November about how to move yourself forward, because this person is writing down a lot of stuff. Some of them you'll use, some of them you won't use. So again, I feel like it is a month of transition, of change, of you trying to work things out, maybe looking back over the past, maybe reflecting, but equally needing to kind of move forward and taking yourself out of this kind of stuck situation or stuck state. And there could be something in it where November you need to, because you might have been quite stressed or have had a bit of a stressful time leading up to November, or certainly a time where you feel stuck. But it's about you kind of healing, and I think that's what's going on here. There's an element of you healing in November as you go through this kind of change and transition. But let's get out this card here. So what's the general energy for pile number 1 during the month of November? Recognition. The universe will help you recognize signs and miracles. Yeah, so maybe you will feel, I don't know, maybe as well you'll feel like your prayers are finally being answered by spirit. Maybe there'll be, I feel like the month is going to be a little bit of a turbulent month for you. But I feel it has something to do with you needing to have that kind of turbulence, that change, taking you out of a sort of stuck state, which might have been your comfort zone actually. So you're being sort of propelled forward, and it might be a little bit of an uncomfortable time. It may be that you've been quite closed or quite, maybe you've had to be closed, or you've had to be, I don't know, protective of yourself in some way. But I feel like in November, things are shifting, changing, you're healing, you are feeling the discomfort of that. I'm not going to lie, you are feeling the discomfort of that, but it's necessary to kind of propel you forward, to move you forward, really. So that's the sort of general energy that I'm seeing, and I feel like you might be doing making a lot of plans in November. There's something about you maybe making a lot of plans or coming up with a lot of ideas, some of which you'll reject and some of which you will go with, maybe to take you out of maybe a stuckness, a stuck state, or something where you haven't been very happy, or you haven't been very fulfilled, or something like that. What does it say there? It says short. That says short. I can't make that out. It says short something, but I can't make out short words, is it? No, I don't think so. Sorry, my eyes aren't what they used to be, I'm afraid. But we do have this pentagram in the background, which I've noticed here, which, or pentacle, I should say, which, funnily enough, before I was doing this reading, I was looking at my charms, right? And in the top here, you can see the pentacle, which is a symbol, isn't it, of all the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and the fifth one being spirit. And the circle is the protection, right? So I feel like you are protected this month. Spirit is with you. But I feel like you might be going through all the sort of symbolic of all the seasons like that. You might be going through all of the different turbulent emotions in November. You might be going through a lot of feelings, or a little bit of turbulence, if I'm honest. But you are protected within that. You're definitely protected. The spirit is with you. Spirit's got your back. But sometimes we do that. Sometimes that does happen in life. We do go through periods of change and transition, and moving from one situation to another, or moving from one state to another. And it isn't always comfortable, right? Because maybe although we feel stuck, or we feel, uncomfortable in that stuck state, there's a sort of there's a familiarity to it. So it takes a lot of energy to shift us out of that, right? So I feel like you are going to be planning a lot of thinking about how you can take yourself out of a stuck state, or something that has been lacking. And it could be something to do with you recognizing that you've maybe been closed off emotionally, or in your heart, or you've been spending a lot of time on your own, and you are wanting to move out of that. You're wanting to change that. And that might be where you've got to open up your heart, right? Because you are wanting to move out of being isolated, or out of being on your own, or out of feeling stuck, and it requires you to shift or change your perspective, and also some healing as well. So let's see now what kind of, like, we're going to look at the opportunities for you in November. So what are the opportunities for, pile number 1? And the signs that I'm seeing, the zodiac signs that I'm seeing are actually all of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini, and also Taurus. So let's have a look. So what are the opportunities for pile number 1 in November? What are their opportunities? So we've got the angel card of, release. Yeah, there's something about letting some angst or some stuck energy go, releasing something. What does it say? It says, endings are new beginnings, right? In disguise. And ending symbolises the closure of one door. Isn't that interesting? That's exactly what we're saying. The closure of one door and the opening of another. The whisper is reminding you to release and allow. It is the release where the magic happens, right? The affirmation is, doors open for me where others have closed, bringing transformation to my mind, my body and my soul. Yes, there's something about you healing, you becoming more open, you transitioning and changing. And that does mean, and the opportunity is that you're releasing something or an attitude or a state of mind or a behaviour pattern or a belief system or something that has kept you stuck and feeling a sense of lack. And it could be to do with your emotions and your feelings. You're releasing something that has held you back, and you are starting something new. You're beginning something new, right? And that is an opportunity for you, right? It's going to bring in opportunities for you. Let's see what's we've got. What's the opportunity for pile number 1 here, please? What is the opportunity? Universe. The universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Now that's pretty uncanny, isn't it? Just let everything take its course. So there might be a relationship here for you, pile number 1, right? It says here, it says that special someone. So for people that are looking for romance, it could be that the opportunity is you are releasing something that's kept you stuck, releasing maybe your closed offness, I don't know, and you are becoming more open. You're opening your heart, and this could lead for some of you to, the one, your relationship, the one that you want to be with, your soulmate, or, and that the universe is guiding you towards that special someone. Let's get out some tarot here. What's the opportunity for pile number 1 in November? What is the opportunity? So we have, now for those of you that are in a relationship, it could be that it's a deepening of that relationship that's happening in November. So we've got the Hermit, we've got the 9 of Wands, we've got the 10 of Swords, we've got the 9 of Swords, and what's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got the 2 of Pentacles. So let's see, what is the opportunity in these cards? What's that underneath there? Judgment. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of rise in you, right? Because the 9 of, again, we've got that pentacle, haven't we, here? Right here on the tabletop here. So I feel like, because all these cards are generally, I mean, you've got the 9 of Swords, that's often a card of stress. And the 10 of Swords is a card of rising, a bit like the Judgment. And because we're looking at what are your opportunities, I feel like you're rising. The opportunity for November is that you are emerging and you are rising from a difficult, stressful time, right? You are sort of blocking your ears to anything that might have kept you stuck before. So any kind of negative self-talk or any kind of negativity that's kept you stuck or stressed. You are, with the 10 of Swords, rising above that. Because often the 10 of Swords is about, it can be about something coming to an end. But in this 10 of Swords, it really emphasises that other side to the 10 of Swords, which is, there's always hope. There's always hope for, endings and new beginnings, which is exactly what it said here with the release. So I feel like you're ending something, but it's an opportunity for a new beginning. And again, it's that sort of like feeling of you being in a month of with a transition and change. But I think the opportunity is that you are letting go. You are releasing something that no longer serves you. That is stressful. And you're relaxing. You're feeling, there's an opportunity here for you to also relax with the Hermit card, right? So to, and also to spend, again, it comes right into that Knight of Swords, to spend a lot of time maybe about making plans and thinking about how you're going to move out of that period or of difficulty or stress, right? The Nine of Wands is, you know, you're going to be strong. You're going to feel strong in November. It might have been tough, but you're definitely going to feel strong. So I think the opportunity is for you to release a lot of a negativity that has been holding you back in whatever form that has taken, and for you to rise and move into a much better phase for yourself, a much better time in your life, really. I'm just going to bear with me, pile number 1. Sorry about that. My oil burner was kind of exploding and I had to just stop and put some more water on it. Yeah, so it is, the opportunity is, as I said, is for you to release and to almost like change your vibration, change your energy to a much more positive energy. And I feel like you'll be doing that. I feel like you'll be spending a lot of time thinking about how you can do that, making plans, relaxing, taking it easy, not allowing yourself to get worked up and overstressed. And it is a time with the overall energy being the Two of Pentacles, a sort of time of preparation. I feel like you're preparing. It's that sort of like, yeah, it's like I said, like November is a time where you're moving through something. You're moving through a period of change and transition. And you are getting ready for good results, really. You're making plans, you're making preparations for good results, really. And it is going to be a rise. So there's definitely a sense of release and clearing and healing for a new start, a better phase for yourself, for sure. And maybe a release of the past and an opening up of your heart, so that you know, through that healing, you can, you know, your heart can be open to new things, new possibilities, and also a new person, maybe for some of you here, a new relationship or a deepening of a relationship. But let's see what are the challenges. Now, obviously, we've talked a bit about the challenges, but let's look a little bit more at the challenges as well for you. So what are the challenges, direct challenges for pile number 1 in November? What are the direct challenges? 111, destiny. Oh, follow what you feel. Listen to your intuition. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all that it is that you desire. Listen, learn, and follow your soul. Now, life, and so the affirmation is, life is always happening for me. I'm allowing myself to lean into what feels good. So this is the challenge. That's interesting. So let's see. What is the challenges for pile number 1 in November? What are the challenges for them? Past life. We reunite with our loved ones over and over in different lives. Okay. I'm going to use a different deck actually, because I've looked at the bottom of that one. So what is the what are the challenges for pile number 1 in November? We've got the Two of Cups, sorry, not the Two of Cups, the Four of Cups. We've got the Nine of Wands, under the Nine of Wands, interesting. We've got the Magician. And we've got Strength. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. So what are your challenges here? Okay. For some of you, I feel like this could be some sort of relationship challenge here. I feel like for some of you might have been holding on to something, a past connection. And maybe you're wanting to manifest something from the past. Yeah, maybe you've been trying to hold on to it with the Four of Cups. Maybe, or there's a relationship in your life that you are trying to heal or trying to make better. Maybe you think it's destined. Maybe you think it's meant to be. And you want to manifest it again somehow. But it's that connection or that relationship that is causing you some challenges here. Maybe you feel like there's a lot of love in this relationship, or you have a lot of love for this person or this situation. Yeah. But with the Nine of Wands, I feel like it might be sort of exhausting you here. So I feel like for many of you, there's some sort of relationship or relationships in November that are going to be testing you or challenging you. And it could be something that you feel you've got, somebody that you feel you've got a strong connection to, or there's a destiny to you and them or something like that. But there's a sense of not being satisfied in the connection, maybe it causing you some stress here. Maybe some of you are wanting to manifest something from the past again, to have something come back, and for there to be some healing. But for whatever reason, that situation is maybe going to be a bit of a challenge for you in November. That's kind of what I see there. So is there anything that we can say to give you advice with that? Just bear with me while I get... What I might do is use this deck, but I'll leave that there as my underlying card. Let's see what, in that situation, is there any advice for pile number? Because that seems like that's quite tricky for you. What is the advice for them? So we've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Ace of Wands. The King of Pentacles. And then I'm going to take one more. What is their advice? Page of Swords. So I feel like the advice here is to not give up, actually, on this. I feel like in November, this relationship or whatever it is could be challenging for you, right? But I feel like the situation is maybe saying to not give up on this, because there is a lot of love still in this situation with the Two of Cups. So maybe with the Open Your Heart, this is something about November whereby you are, something, the shift that we've been talking about, and your heart opening is maybe your heart opening to a relationship again, or someone special again, or somebody from the past, or this relationship that is also a challenge for you. And it's basically saying don't give up on it, really, because there's a lot of love there. There is a new beginning here. The Page of Swords is there is still a huge amount of curiosity for you and for this person. And the King of Pentacles is about commitment. It's about stability. So I feel like there's something here about this is a challenge for you, but you will come through it. You will come through it, and this connection will revitalize, if you like, or it will begin again. It will be stable again. There is still a lot of curiosity. And if some of you are waiting for some sort of message or some kind of communication, then I feel that you're going to get that there. Okay, so let's see now. So let's put these back. And then let's see what you don't see coming for November. What doesn't pile number? Is there anything that pile number 1 doesn't see coming for November? Let's have a look and see. Let's get out some oracle cards. What doesn't pile number 1 see coming for November? Let's have a look. So we've got synchronicity. Divine soul matches have amazing moments of synchronicity. That should say synchronicity. I don't know why it says synchrony. I don't know if that's a word. Is it synchrony? I'm not sure. But anyway, let's see. So synchronicity. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, coming 13, which is clarity. So as the storm passes, the clarity is felt faster than lightning is seen against a dark sky. The divine is reminding you that clarity is readily available. All you have to do is ask. You have weathered the storm and now the sky is clearing. 13. Loving energy surrounds me and I trust that the clarity I feel is the answer I need. That is the affirmation. All right. So, okay. Let's have a look here. So, what don't they see coming? Temperance, balance. Interesting. It even says balance at the bottom there. Then we've got the 5 of Wands with opposition. And then we have the Ace of Wands again with creative spark. Do you know what I think is happening for you in November? I think like you're going through this period of change, transition, healing. And what you don't see coming, I feel for many of you, is at the end of it, some kind of balance. You're going to feel much more balanced. You might have gone through some kind of difficulty, stress, being pulled in both directions or feeling betwixt and between to a degree. And with the Ace of Wands, there's a new start and a new beginning. And I can't help feeling that for many of you, it's some sort of like new relationship or a revival of a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could, it doesn't have to be. But there's something about a revival of something, things coming back into balance. So if you've had some sort of issue or argument or row or what have you, or difficulties with person or people, I feel like that is coming back for you, and you don't see that coming. You don't see that coming for you. And it's also going to bring clarity, it's going to bring balance. And again, we've got this idea of the storm passing, really. So I feel like it is going to be, I do feel like November is going to be a little bit of a turbulent month for you. But by the end of it, it's going to be much more balanced. And because you'll have worked things out, you'll have worked through things, you'll have changed your perspective, you'll have got out of a stuck situation. You will, for many of you, have revived something in terms of a relationship or repaired something or, got back together with someone or something like that. But in that process, it will be, it will have its ups and downs for sure. Okay, so what have we got in terms of zodiac signs? So we've got Cancer, we've got Sagittarius, we've got Leo, we've also got not Aquarius, sorry, Leo again, sorry, and actually we've got all the fire signs, haven't we? We have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But anyway, pile number 1, that's been reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider giving me a thumbs up, hyping, subscribing, hitting that bell so you never miss an upload, and leaving a comment. I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So today we're looking at what is going to be happening for you in the month of November, and you chose to come into the reading with this little green Aventurine here. A beautiful little stone. I'm going to put it there for us, and also this card. So let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Moving. Okay, so change of residence, moving in with your partner. Ooh, okay. So maybe some of you are literally moving. Maybe some of you will be moving in with your partner. But it doesn't have to be that. They might be moving just generally. Maybe there's a move or a transition or something. Maybe there's a deepening of a connection with someone. But let's see how that plays out. So we've got moving. Then let's see what else we've got. So how you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Just want to remind you this is a general reading, so please just take the messages that resonate. Sending you all my love and light as always. But what we're going to do, first of all, we're just going to get some cards out generally on the general energy for you in November. So let's see what that is. Let's get a couple of oracle cards out. So what's the general energy for November for pile number 2, please? What is the general energy for them in November? Strength. The power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together. Yeah, again, maybe that's a deepening of something here. A deepening of a relationship. A strengthening of it. yeah, giving it some, making it more stable somehow, more committed. Anyway, let's see. What is the general energy for pile number 2 in the month of November, please? What's the general energy for them? 1414, which is possibilities. Building strong foundations, exactly. Building some kind of strong foundations here. Creates stability, exactly what I was saying, some stability, and welcomes in possibilities. All possibilities exist and are amplified when gratitude is felt for the foundations that are in place. So it's definitely about building stronger foundations, maybe with a particular relationship or with relationships, or just generally maybe building stronger family ties or family links, something like that. And having new possibilities for yourself. But let's get out some tarot. So what is the general energy for pile number 1 in the month of not pile 1, pile number 2 in the month of November? General energy. So we've got the Chariot. Now again, that's uncanny. So the Chariot is about moving. It's about transport. It's about going somewhere. They're clearly going somewhere. For some of you, you might actually be moving or going somewhere. Maybe you're going on a trip or something, or maybe you are moving house. We've got the Empress. We've also got the Devil. Okay, so I mean, the Empress is about creativity. It goes with possibilities. So generally, November could be a time of you creating something, building something, having a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of abundance maybe coming in for you as well in November. A lot of, I wanted to say when I saw this card, we don't often associate with the Devil, but there's a lot of good things, a lot of treats, a lot of temptations maybe coming in for you in November here. Or maybe you're going to be tempted by something that looks good on the outside. A lot of nurture, a lot of healing with the Empress here, a lot of loving energy. So let's see what else we've got. So that's the sort of general energy. So I feel like for many of you there is some sort of move, some sort of deepening of connections, or stable, making them stable and stronger. Maybe there's an emphasis on family as well for many of you. So you might be spending a lot of time with family or with friends. Maybe some of you are spending a lot of time with your mum or with a maternal figure or a parental figure. Maybe they're caring for you. Maybe you're caring for them with the Empress here. But let's see what else comes out. So what we've got in terms of zodiac signs is we've got Taurus, we've got Cancer, and we've got Capricorn. Okay, let's get out and see now what are the opportunities. So let's get into more detail on what are the opportunities for you during the month of November. So what are the opportunities for pile number 2 during November? What are their opportunities? 222, balance. Now is the time to take inventory of your feelings. Are there any feelings of imbalance or resistance? Divine whispers are here to remind you that the alignment that you seek also seeks you. Breathe, rest, reset. Now that's interesting because you did have the Devil, and sometimes the Devil as well can put us very much out of balance because we are maybe being influenced or allowing ourselves to be influenced in a negative way. So again, something might look good or be appealing or seem appealing, but with the Devil card, there's always an element of negativity or toxicity or control. We're not in control. So it's funny you've got balance here. So the opportunity in November is for you to balance yourself out. So maybe there's something in November, some sort of negative mindset, behaviour pattern, You know, for some of you, it might be some kind of addiction or issue or problem. And in November, you've got the opportunity to balance yourself out, right? And it could be that you maybe have some negative thoughts or negative feelings, because it says here, are there any feelings of imbalance or resistance? Divine whispers are here to remind you that the alignment that you seek also seeks you. So it's basically, maybe you're sort of, in November, there's something that's, you know, got a bit of a grip on you, and you've got in November that opportunity to get a handle on that, to balance yourself out. But let's see what else we've got. What's the opportunity for pile number 2? We've got universe, and this came out in pile number 1. The universe is guiding you towards that special someone, and just let everything take its course. So again, that goes with your other card here, which is your main card, which is moving in with your partner. So maybe there's an opportunity for you to be with that special someone, to deepen that relationship with that special someone, to you know, the universe is there guiding you towards that person, or allowing you to be with that person. Let's see. So what is the opportunity for pile number 2 during the month of November? What is their opportunity? We have the Knight of Chalices, which is the Knight of Cups. We have the King of Chalices, which is the King of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Page of Swords, or the Knave of Swords. So there's definitely sort of an opportunity here for love and balance, definitely. So Knight of Cups is a romantic card. So for many of you, I feel like there might be a romantic opportunity here. Maybe there's an opportunity to, I don't know, to be in a relationship, as I said, to deepen a relationship. Somebody's definitely interested here. There's definitely a romantic interest for you, pile number 2, in November. And the King of Cups is somebody who's very caring and loving. So I feel like there's an opportunity for you to bring love into your life, or to have a deepening of love in your life. For sure. Maybe with the Page of Swords here, because that is about sort of like curiosity, it's about messages. I feel like maybe for some of you, there's some sort of remembrance here. So maybe there's an opportunity to bring someone in, or to connect with someone, opportunity to let them know how you feel, yeah, for them to let you know how they feel, and for you to let them know how you feel. So there's a chance for you to, again, it's about sort of deepening, isn't it? It's about opening up communication, deepening, strengthening a bond. The Queen of Wands, again, we've got these two people sort of connecting. So there's definitely an opportunity for a deepening of a bond, where there's a lot, maybe as well, where there's a lot of attraction and a lot of desire. Yeah. I feel like there's something whereby, you know, you might get communication, or you might communicate with them, and it leads to some sort of deepening bond, really. And that is your main opportunity, and that's going to be something that's going to be balanced for you. That's going to be a balanced connection, because you've got all these, you know, you've got 3 cards that belong to the Cups suit, which is all about feelings and emotions, and you've got the King, you've got the Knight and the King of Cups. So yeah, there's some sort of deep, for many of you, a romantic bond, either coming in or a deepening of whatever you've got now. And it's going to feel very exciting. There's also a lot of desire, I feel. And with the Knave of Swords, some kind of communication, positive communication, right? Where maybe somebody tells you how they feel, or lets you know how they feel. So that's what I see as your opportunity here to... yeah, what we touched on here, to deepen some connection, maybe add, you know, maybe make it more committed as well. So we've obviously got all of the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We've also got all the fire signs of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, and all the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. So what are the challenges then? So what are the challenges for pile number 2? So what are the challenges in November for pile number 2, please? What are their challenges? Link. The bond of love sorry, the bond of love grows stronger over time. Interesting. Okay. So what are their challenges, please, for pile number 2? What are the challenges? 999 release, and this also came out in pile number 1. And there are some parallels for pile number 1, so you might want to look at pile number 1. It says, endings are new beginnings in disguise. An ending symbolises the closure of one door and the opening of another. The whisper is reminding you to release and allow. It is in the release where the magic happens. Okay, so remember, these are the challenges. Okay, let's get, I'm going to use this deck actually. So what are the challenges for pile number 2, please, in November? So we've got the Ace of Swords, the 6 of Coins, 6 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Swords. So I look to the bottom of the deck there, I don't know why. It might be that for some of you that you have to let something go in November. There's a need to let something go, to release something. We've got quite a lot of emphasis on Pentacles here as well. It could be for some of you that there might be some financial issues in November that are causing some problems for you. We've got support, provider, dedication. And then we've got the Ace of Swords with breakthrough. Let me have a little think about this pile number 2. Bear with me. Okay, I feel for many of you that you have to let something go. Now, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but it's something that's given you stability, or provides you with stability. So it could be that for many of you, maybe in November as well, because these are all Pentacles here. So there might be that one of the challenges might be that you are letting maybe a job go, or letting some sort of form of something that's given you security in some way, but has made you feel defeated, because we've got the Ten of Swords as the overarching energy. So the Ten of Swords is something that's maybe caused a lot of pain, or caused a lot of heartache, but it's actually come to an end, right? It's a sense of almost like feeling kind of completely exhausted, and something that's come to an end. Normally it's somebody lying on the ground with 10 swords in their back. So there's some sort of pain, and I feel like it might be you having to give up, or something that's given you security having to be released, really, because there's been some kind of revelation. You've had some sort of breakthrough in realizing that this thing, or this person, or this job, or whatever, is, although it might have given you security and stability and financial support, or sort of an everyday kind of support, it sort of needs to go, really. And I feel that is the challenge for you. But with it, there's always the promise, as with the Ten of Swords, of new beginnings. So I feel like for some of you, if it's linked to this person here, it might be that you have to let something go in order to be able to embrace this new opportunity, really, here, or this opportunity where you can have a much more loving situation going on. But if it's a job, it could be that you just have to let go of something. Maybe, for example, you're in a job, and you've maybe been in it a long time. It's giving you what you've needed, but the challenge for November is to kind of like acknowledge, really, that it's no longer maybe giving you what you want, or serving you in the way that you want, and it's about letting that go and moving with a moving card towards something else or going for something else, really. So some sort of revelation where that security within that thing is no longer serving you, if you like. You have to kind of move forward and do something different. So that is what I feel your challenge is in November. It's kind of maybe acknowledging to yourself, really, that something that may have provided you with security or stability or financial stability in particular is not doing it for you, maybe on a soul level or on a heart level, and you have to kind of like you've kind of come to a realization that maybe you need to let that go, really. Okay, so what have we got in terms of zodiac signs? So we've got all of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. We've got Taurus and Capricorn and Virgo as well. Right, okay, so let's see what you don't see coming. So what doesn't pile the number 2 see coming in November? What don't they see coming in November, please? What don't they see coming in November? We have some, surprise. You may be surprised. Okay, so you definitely don't see it coming. Let's have a look and see. What don't they see coming in November? What's that one there? So we've got, intuition. Again, this came out in pile number 1. 1111. So trust in yourself. Your inner whisper is, did it actually? Don't quote me on that one actually. Your inner whisper is working hard to let you know that it is guiding you. Listen in. What is it saying? Feel it. Where is it telling you to go next? See it. Close your eyes and allow. Trust the path you are on. Okay. All right, let's get out some of these cards again. So what doesn't pile? Number 3 see coming in November. What don't they see coming in November? Not pile number 3. Pile number 2. What don't they see coming in November? So we've got the 3 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. So what don't you see coming? So there's definitely something around collaboration here with the 3 of Pentacles. Do you know what I think? Based on what I was just saying with the challenge, particularly if it's around letting go of a job or letting go of a contract or letting go of a company that you've been in with for a long time because, or maybe it's they're letting go of you. I hope that isn't the case. But I think what this is telling you is that you will have another opportunity. That there is another opportunity for you to get back that stability, that security, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, which is about financial success and being settled financially. But it's through collaboration. So you will, in November, as a surprise, even though it might feel dangerous or difficult to let this go, to release something, it will. The surprise is that you will regain that sense of stability, that sense of security. You will collaborate again. You will feel relaxed again. You will feel stable, even though this is the 2 of Swords, which is often a card of not seeing clearly. What I think, because of this image, is a very relaxed image, isn't it? She's sitting there. She's in a yoga pose. She doesn't look remotely stressed or unsure of things, really. So I would say that you are going to feel balanced, actually. And it's funny because you've got balance on this row as well. So you're going to feel balanced again. And it's because you are, it's not going to feel, because you've got this sense of defeat here, it's not going to feel as kind of, I do feel like with finances, you might be feeling like in November that you're kind of losing a lot of finances, or that you are losing your stability or security, but you're not, because I feel like you're going to get other opportunities in November. Other things are going to come along to replace that for you, and you're going to feel balanced, you're going to feel stable, you're going to feel secure, you're going to feel relaxed. Listen, maybe there's something about listening to your intuition, listen to the little voice that is guiding you. Go with that. It could be as well that some of you are going it alone, or maybe thinking that you want to go it alone work-wise, something like that. But it's definitely going to work out for you. So if this challenge is around letting something that represents stability, security, financial security in particular, then you don't have to worry, because you're soon going to regain that. So I feel like you're going to fall on your feet and get something quickly after that. But anyway, what have we got in terms of zodiac signs? So again, we've got all of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, and we've also got Libra. So there you go, pile number 2. That has been your reading. I hope you liked it. If you have, please do consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, hitting that bell, and leaving me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome back to your reading. This reading on what is going to be happening for you in November. And you chose to come into the reading under the purple agate here. There we go. I'm going to put that there so we can see it. And this card here, let's see what it says. Mercury retrograde, electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. Okay. So let's put that there. And let's see what else we've got. I hope you're all doing well, sending you lots of love and light. And of course, reminding you that it is a general reading. So please just take the messages that resonate with you. So first of all, let's just get some cards out on the general energy of the month of November for you. So let's get out one of these cards. So what is the general energy for November for pile number 3, please? What's the general energy for them for November? Surprise. You may be surprised. This came out in pile number 2. So you may be surprised. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. What's the general energy for pile number 3 in the month of November, please? Oh, this one is Destiny. Oh, sorry, 111. Destiny. This came out in pile number 1. Follow what you feel. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all that it is that you desire. Listen, learn, lean in, and follow your soul. And the affirmation is, life is always happening for me. I am allowing myself to lean into what feels good. So it's got, you may be surprised, listen to your intuition, lean into what feels good. Because maybe in November there are a few, with Mercury retrograde, maybe things are, maybe it looks like things are a little bit tricky or a little bit difficult. Maybe you've got communication issues. Maybe they're just issues generally. And maybe there's something about you needing to have a positive outlook. You might be surprised that things aren't going to turn out maybe as tricky as it might appear at the beginning of the month. But let's get out some cards. So what is going on for pile number 3 in November? What's happening for them in November? We've got the Page of Swords. Again, that is communication. It has curiosity here, but the Page of Swords does talk about communication as well as curiosity, and we can talk about research. So let's see. So what's the general energy? That one. The 6 of Swords and Temperance. Okay. I think what's happening here is I think you might be experiencing in November some issues around communication. Maybe things, like I said, at the beginning of the month feel like they're going backwards, or you are experiencing some problems. But actually, what you'll find is that things will come back into balance here with Temperance. So you might have a few blips in November around, like I say, communication issues on lots of levels and in lots of areas of your life. But with the Page of Swords, maybe there's something as well about in November you'll need to do your research somehow, or you'll need to do, you'll need to maybe, if it is literally as well with computer issues or connection issues or something like that. So there might be something you needing to kind of like be a bit proactive there in sorting those out. The Six of Swords, again, is about moving on. It says here moving on, which is moving out of difficult times into better times. So it might be that you, in November, are moving away from tricky times or difficult times just generally with the Mercury retrograde, and you're coming into balance, right? But let's look at more detail in terms of opportunities and challenges. But in terms of zodiac signs, obviously we've got all the air signs here of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini, which is always about communication, and air is always about thoughts and communication and all of that kind of stuff, as well as Temperance, which is Sagittarius. Okay, so let's see what are the opportunities for you in the month of November. So what is Pile 3's opportunity or opportunities in November? What are their opportunities? Test. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. Well, that comes right under the Mercury retrograde. Yeah, so you might be a little bit tested this month in lots of things, right? So you might feel like you're going 2 steps forwards and 4 steps back, that kind of thing, towards the beginning and the middle of the month. But I do feel that will balance itself out. But it says your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. But this is our opportunity. So maybe there is an opportunity in that test that you are experiencing, an opportunity for growth possibly. Learning about your weaknesses, learning how to improve them, improving your strengths, or improving your maybe looking at as well, just looking at your good points and your bad points, or your positives and your negatives, something like that. So maybe it's a time of weighing things up. Maybe situations are coming to test you, but it's a good thing because you learn from that. So what are the positives, or what's the opportunities for pile number 3 in November? I think it's that one, which is this one, which is 444. Protection. This is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. The divine universe is working through you and protecting you. Time has come to allow all the doors of opportunity to welcome you with open arms. So this is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. Yeah, so maybe the opportunity is for you to get stronger from these tests and to feel more confident in yourself, right? And that you do actually have protection around you. Okay, let's have some tarot here. What are the opportunities? The opportunities for... So there's I think there's an opportunity for growth in the month of November, for self-growth, for working through certain things, right? Maybe working through certain challenges. There's an opportunity for you to be stronger at the end of it. Okay. What are the opportunities for pile number 3 in November? The Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the 8 of Wands, my goodness, and the 9 of Cups. Wow, so there's some sort of wish fulfillment here with the 9 of Cups. You've got some kind of wish fulfillment coming in, and it could be why you got the surprise card. You may be surprised. So maybe you're getting some of you might even be surprised with some kind of birthday celebration or some sort of gathering, or you might be socializing a lot as well in the month of November. That might come as a bit of a surprise to you. Some of you might be traveling with the 8 of Wands, because the 8 of Wands is about travel. But I feel there's something about manifesting something in this card as well, like manifesting maybe your dream. So maybe you've got some kind of dream or wish or desire, and the surprise is that in November you're going to manifest that, right? It could be linked to something that you are intuitively feel you want to do, and it's going to happen for you. That's the opportunity, that you're going to have the opportunity to manifest that. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, which is a lot of desire. So I feel like you are, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for you to socialise in November, I do. Some of you to go on some dates as well, if it's relevant to you. So maybe somebody's going to ask you out on a date, or you're going to go out on a date with somebody that you feel a lot of passion for and a lot of desire for. somebody, you know, some of you are going to be celebrated, are going to be, yeah, going out, socialising. Some of you could be celebrating your birthday, as I said, or, you know, people are, you know, that you're going to have a chance to mix and be around a lot of people and have a lot of good times with them. Also intimate times with them, right? Intimate times with them, I feel. Or close times. There's an opportunity for close times. Maybe certain relationships are going to be tested, right? Maybe certain relationships are going to be tested. But I can see these are only good cards here. So I feel like you are going to have a lot of interactions. I feel like there's going to be a lot of interactions for you in November. And you might be invited to a few things. You might be invited out. You might be spending some good time with people, with someone special. And to be confident in that and to feel confident about that, right? Yes, it's like all the doors of, it says all the doors of opportunity to welcome you. Time has come to allow all the doors of opportunity to welcome you with open arms. So lots of opportunities, I think, to be social, lots of opportunity to connect with others, lots of opportunities to find someone special or to spend time with someone special, but also an opportunity to manifest, I think, something, maybe a dream or a wish that you have here. Definitely for November. And some of you could be linked to opportunities for travel as well. So all of that could be linked to travelling, to going places. Funnily enough, we do have this car here, don't we, on Mercury retrograde. So yeah. Okay, so let's see what have we got in terms of and this might all come as a bit of a surprise to you. That's why you may be surprised, because it looks with the Mercury retrograde as if things wouldn't go that way, or you wouldn't be getting those kinds of opportunities, right? But anyway, we've got all of the we've got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and also we've got Pisces energy. So those are the opportunities. Let's have a look and see what the challenges are. Okay, so what are the challenges for pile number 3 in November? What are their challenges? What are their challenges, please? Intense. Oh, the intensity of a true soul connection includes highs and lows. Right. Well, that would kind of make sense, because all this fire is very intense, right? So maybe in these connections, they're very intense. And there's a lot of high to that. There's a positive to that, because it feels great, right? And because it's exciting, and there's maybe a lot of passion or a lot of attraction or just a lot of fun, right? But the downside is there's some sort of intensity going on here. So let's have a look and see. So what is the challenges for pile number 3 in November? 143, preparation. Life is filled with phases. The whisper is telling you to prepare for the unexpected and allow change to pass through with a sense of peace. Financial and creative changes are upon you. All right, okay. Let's have a look and see what the tarot cards say. Let's try these ones. So, what is the challenges for pile? What are the challenges for pile number 3 in November, please? What are the challenges? We've got the Tower. Ooh, big shake-up. Something's shaken. The Hermit. The Hierophant. And the 8 of Cups. Right, what's at the bottom? And the 7 of Cups. So, for some of you, the challenge is there might be some kind of release of a relationship, right? A release of a relationship, or a walking away from a relationship, maybe because it's too intense. So there's certainly possibilities of something connecting, of you connecting here, right? There's definitely possibilities of that. There's definitely possibilities of socialising, having a good time, of having an intense, having a lot of fun, and feeling that desire and all the social connections, but also the challenges are that something might come tumbling down, or there might be some instability leading to reflection here, right? Leading to reflection. And with the Eight of Cups, maybe there is a walking away from something, right? So that's also a challenge. It could be a committed, something that was committed. Something that was committed is maybe falling away, or is maybe coming under stress, right? Maybe there is maybe it's not that you're walking away from it, or there's a strong feeling that it could be being tested, and that it could lead in the moving away from it, or the bringing down of something, right? So yeah, because it says the intensity of a true soul connection includes highs and lows, right? So there's some challenge in a relationship, as well as possibilities in relationships. There's some kind of challenge here, which either leads to you walking away, or there's a fear in November that there's some kind of walking away, or a need for space. There's definitely a lot of, with the Seven of Pentacles, that is usually, though, a time to step back. So maybe in November there's a feeling that you want to step back from something. There's a feeling, or that you do step back from something. But what I would say with that is that with the Seven of Pentacles, is that is always a time for reflection, with a view to returning and kind of building something up again. So it may be that in November, looking at the cards overall, there are certain connections, or you have very high and lows in your connections. You have great times, a lot of passion, a lot of attraction, a lot of intensity, a lot of good times, or whatever. But the challenges are that equally brings intensity and the possibility of losing something, or releasing something, or letting something go, as well, right? Because it is that's why you've got the Mercury retrograde, right, where there's issues around communication, issues just generally, okay? So I would say in the month of November there are highs and lows, particularly around relationships, right? But what I would say is that this will, I don't feel like it's going to lead to the complete downfall of something, because the Seven of Pentacles is all about reflecting and then moving back towards something with a view to improving it, right? And that's why you've got preparation, I think, here, because so although this looks like it could be ending, or it could be something could be rocked at its foundation, you've also got this card, and life is filled with phases. So the Whisperer is telling you to prepare for the unexpected and allow change to pass through with a sense of peace, right? So I don't feel that this challenge is going to lead to an ultimate destruction of something. But I do feel that you're going to experience both very highs and very lows in November, particularly around your relationships, particularly where there is communication. There's going to be a lot of maybe misunderstandings, and a lot of maybe mixed signals, or like when you text somebody and then somebody picks it up the wrong way. There's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff going on in November for you. So let's see what you don't see coming. Let's have a look. Sorry, in terms of the zodiac signs, so we've got Virgo, we've got Taurus, we've got Pisces, and we've also got Virgo again. So let's see, what don't you see coming? What doesn't pile number 3 see coming in the month of November? What don't they see coming in the month of November? Value. Focus on things of value, right? What don't they see coming in the month of November? Ten, which is growth. So spiritual awareness is opening you to all that you are ready to see. Your destiny is being fulfilled. Keep your intentions pure with your eyes looking ahead, and you will continue to increase the growth that is there. Yeah, I feel, funnily enough, all these kinds of highs and lows and intense emotions, and I think I said it before, there's going to be something about you learning. You're going to be learning something in this month. There's going to be something about you, gaining some wisdom maybe from what you're experiencing. Although it might be uncomfortable or difficult at times, I feel like there's a chance for you to learn and grow spiritually from this, whatever you are going through this month, really. Let's have a look. So, what don't they see coming? So, a chance of spiritual growth, a chance to, focus on things of value. So, what's important to you? So, there's a lot of weighing up maybe as a result of all this kind of turbulence. What don't they see coming? The 5 of Pentacles. The King of Wands, and then the Death card. So there's some sort of transformation happening with the Death card, right? There's some kind of transformation, some kind of rebirth happening. Release, rebirth, something like that. I feel like you're moving from a sense of lack, or a sense of maybe being out in the cold, or a sense of not being sure. So maybe all this turbulence that we've been talking about has left you in a state of not being sure about what's happening, or not clear, feeling like you're out in the cold or something like that, and then moving into the kind of opposite energy of that, which is feeling confident, feeling kind of good about yourself, feeling excited and happy again. I definitely think November is going to be a bit of a roller coaster for you. I've got to say that. I do feel like it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster for you in terms of feelings and emotions. But I feel like you will grow. It's almost like as well, this it's funny as you said that, I just feel like this figure here is really, really, really tall. So I feel like as a result, you're going to grow in strength, you're going to grow in confidence, you're going to grow in valuing yourself. So there's something about whatever happens this month, you are going to go from feeling small or feeling unsure or feeling like, I don't know, you've lacked something, to feeling really, really confident and really, really good about yourself. And it's going to be a complete rebirth for you, right, with the Death card here. And that's why you've got that surprise card here. So I feel like maybe things have been going wrong before November, or you've been experiencing communication issues, or whatever, a relationship has been very up or very down, or it's been very cyclical or something like that. But I feel like in November, you will finally feel, I feel like you'll finally feel more balanced, you'll finally feel more in control. And it might mean that you let go of something, or you release something in order to begin again, or to have a new birth in something, right? But you definitely grow. You're definitely growing in stature. You're definitely growing in confidence. You're definitely growing in, there's a shift. There's a shift for you, really, in your mindset, which means that you are feeling more confident and feeling better in yourself and feeling stronger, for sure. But yeah, hold on to your hat, pile number 3, because it's definitely going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride for you in November. But it will all be, because you've got Temperance at the end of the main energy, and I feel like it will all eventually balance itself out. Okay, so there you go, pile number 3. I hope you liked it. Please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you want to hear more. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, have a great day. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.